Here's what Trump said about pending indictments in Georgia and Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis at a campaign rally in New Hampshire Tuesday night.
And I probably have another one. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess, they say that she was after a certain gang, and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member.
Trump was referring to Willis's ongoing prosecution of alleged Atlanta gang YSL. Her office didn't respond to requests for comment on Wednesday. While Trump is within his rights to make the statements, Schiff says it's not something he would recommend.
The last thing I would want any of my clients to do is to get in a public space and say, hey, the prosecutor is, sleeping with this person, or they're doing this or whatever, especially when I know I have to face that person, the following week or anytime in the future.
You believe she's going to make his life more difficult because he dared to say something about her personal life, which is probably true to begin with? Again, that just shows you how corrupt you believe she is. Because again, if somebody's going to make somebody's life more difficult because of some kind of personal vendetta, again, you're corrupt. And again, I don't think Donald Trump's too worried about that. And again, I think every single one of us knows that nothing's going to happen. Every single one of us knows that. Again, every single one of those people down there in Fulton County are corrupt. Again, they leaked the information, the indictment, before they were even done deliberating. And again, they said it was a false indictment. It was fake. It was not real. We didn't mean to. We didn't mean to. But again, it's just funny that the fake indictment turned out to be exactly the same as the real indictment. Again, you got to wonder. Things to make you go, again, you got to wonder. You got to wonder what's going on down there. But again, man, Fani Willis or Fani Willis, whatever, Funky Fani, again, they stink to high heaven. They really do. But hey, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks.
Former President Trump indicted for a fourth time, as you know, this week. And on the same day that another big story was breaking about the Hunter Biden probe, raising quite a few eyebrows about the timing of all of this. So let's break down the timeline of Trump's indictments versus the key developments in the Hunter saga. So let's start in New York City this March. Look at this, Biden family and the laptop revelations versus Trump's indictments. So this is the first indictment. March 16th, the House Oversight Committee reveals that Biden family payments from this Chinese energy company. Well, look at this. 2 days later, Trump says he's going to be indicted in New York. He wrote that on social media. Then April 4th, the Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg, indicts Trump in that hush money case. This is right after we find out about all this money from the energy company. Okay, so that is New York City. Let's go to Florida. This is in June. The bribery allegations and the plea deals versus Trump's second indictment. So these are the classified documents, Mar-a-Lago stuff. So on June 7th, the FBI releases the documents alleging that the Bidens took the $10 million bribe from Burisma. Remember, the owner of Burisma caught in the coffee shop saying $5 million for one Biden, $5 million for another. Then the very next day, look at this, Jack Smith indicts Trump in the Mar-a-Lago document case. Then on July 26th, that's the Hunter Biden sweetheart deal that's rejected. The very next day, July 27th, Jack Smith adds more charges in the Mar-a-Lago case. Let's slap some more charges to that. All right, so then in July, let's go to D.C. Devin Archer interview versus Trump's third indictment. So this was the January 6th stuff. July 31st, Devin Archer testifies that Joe Biden was on 20-plus phone calls with his son's business partners. The very next day, Jack Smith indicts Trump for the January 6th case. Coincidence? We don't know. You decide. All right, now let's go to Georgia. This happened recently, the last few days, FBI agent transcript versus Trump's fourth indictment. So in the morning, on August 14th, GOP releases the transcripts from this FBI agent involved in the Hunter Biden investigation. And it happens to coincide with what the whistleblower was saying, that someone tipped off, the Secret Service tipped off Hunter Biden. He was never interviewed. So their stories are very similar. So then on August 14th, that same day, later in the afternoon or that night and that evening, Fulton County DA Fani Willis charges Trump and 18 others in the Georgia 2020 election probe.
Interesting. Yeah, it's provocative.
Somehow make everything about Trump. And again, that's what they're doing. So again, man, they will indict him, 67 times, if they have to. And again, man, none of this will be happening. Not one single thing will be happening. One indictment if he wasn't running for president. The only reason he's being indicted is because he's running for president. We have to understand that. We also have to understand the media. They're pushing a certain narrative. And they have been for years, man. Again, they're telling you what you're supposed to hear and nothing more. And again, man, we have truly got to understand they're all kind of parroting the same information. I'm actually going to stick up a clip showing you just that. But again, guys, we're not being told everything. We're truly not.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and trending irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish the same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish the simply aren't true without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Yeah, you know what, guys, man, we are not being told everything when it comes to the press. Man, we are not being told, I don't think, really anything. Because, again, if they want you to believe a certain way, if they want you to think a certain way, that's the way they're going to put things on the news. That's the way they're going to have things said. And, again, we have got to understand that's a lot of power. Again, if you can direct people to believe what you want them to believe, again, that is a lot of power. And I'm sure, of course, the government, man, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, they know this. And of course, they're not going to let it go. They're not going to let it go. And I don't know if you guys heard, man, but down in Fulton County, down in Georgia, they accidentally leaked a fake or false indictment. And again, because they were still deliberating on what to charge Trump and his colleagues with. They didn't know. They were still in court. They were still deliberating and talking about that. But anyways, man, thing is, the false indictment or fake indictment turned out to be the same as the real indictment did afterwards. So again, they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were going to charge them beforehand. We have to understand that. But let me set that up for you.
I am human. I did a work sample in the system. And when I hit save, it went to the press queue.
Brand new information live at 5 about an unofficial indictment document that was posted on the Fulton County Court website hours before the grand jury actually voted on the charges. Trump commented on the document on his social media site Truth Social, saying, quote, "What about those indictment documents put out today, long before the grand jury even voted and then quickly withdrawn? Sounds rigged to me." Atlanta News First investigative reporter Andy Parati is live at 5 for us. And Andy, you just got new answers from the Fulton County courts, right?
Yeah, that's right. This all started because Reuters discovered this document briefly posted on the county clerk's website. A spokesperson for the county clerk said that it was a fictitious document, but didn't explain how it happened. Here's how the district attorney responded when she was asked about it last night.
I am not an expert on clerks' duties or even administrative duties. I wouldn't know how to work that system, and so I'm not going to speculate. Next question.
Now, less than 2 hours ago, the clerk's office says it was all a mistake. Here is a statement, a spokesperson for Fulton County Superior Court Clerk Shay Alexander explaining what happened. In anticipation of issues that arise when entering a potentially large indictment, Alexander used charges, that's the document, that's the indictment document, that pre-exist in Odyssey, that's the software system the county uses, to test the system and conduct a trial run. Unfortunately, the sample working document led to the docketing of what appeared to be an indictment, but which was in fact only a fictitious docket sheet. The statement goes on to say because the media had access to this same software system, that Reuters took it, thought it was the real indictment, but in fact it was fictitious because it did not include a stamp or signature from the county clerk. The county clerk did not apologize, but sort of essentially referenced that it caused a lot of confusion.
So guys, they're wanting you to believe that they accidentally released a fictitious docket sheet. You know, again, that turned out to be exactly the same as the real indictment before they were even done deliberating. Again, they want you to believe that. You know what? Thing is, they knew beforehand what they're going to charge him with. They knew. But again, they don't want people to know that. They don't want people to know the game they're playing. You know, again, the game they're trying to play on people, on the public. Man, again, we have got to understand this is rigged. It's a damn sham. Man, again, same thing with Kennedy, man. You know, again, Kennedy's not any kind of real threat to Biden, at least not at this time. But again, a couple weeks ago, man, they tried to discredit him. Again, they tried to make him look like some kind of a anti-Semite, some kind of a racist. Man, again, we have truly got to look at the game they're playing. You know, again, these people are sick. They truly are. They are truly sick. You know, again, thing is, man, you know, people have got to open their eyes. They've got to open their eyes to what's happening. But hey, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a